What is up, everyone, and welcome to the Tampa Bay Open Breakdown for 2026. If you haven't watched the snake side video, make sure that you go and do that. This is going to be the Dorito side. Just like we said in the snake side, basically the snake side we're just considering to be all these cans and over. Of course, look at the back center every single time. But it's going to be cool to get back out on the pro field here, go and play at Bucks Stadium. So we're playing on Thursday for the three-man stuff, and then Friday and Saturday is going to be outside the stadium. Like I said in the snake side video, I think there's a chance that finals are going to be in the stadium. I have no idea, so we'll just have to see how that all breaks down. But you got to make it to Sunday, right? So let's look here at the Dorito side. So something that we had noticed was just assume that they are going to make it into that snake off the break. And I think you're going to see a lot of the same kind of stuff here looking Dorito way. Now, something I do see is this shot. So I think that you're going to see a lot of the back center here looking Dorito way. And what I think is going to be a shot that you could do is over the top right here. Let me get a different color, actually. Different color there. So that way you can see over the top of the wedge, and then shooting right into that zone. Looks like you also have a shot into here. But I wouldn't put it past people going up into this wedge and then diving across. Is that going to be beneficial? Well, that's what we're looking at. So let me click back here, get back to our normal height, because I am not 6 feet tall. All right. All right, so yeah, this back center, I could definitely see them shooting this way, really trying to read how they're setting up, because if they run to that Dorito corner, you have a shot there. If they are getting low enough, they might actually be able to get underneath and dive into this other Dorito, or they might just stop at this little W. So there's a lot of options. It's going to be tough to figure out. Same thing like we saw with the snake side. I think it's going to be tough for the back center to figure out where exactly to shoot and where to adjust to. So let's actually move out and we're going to look first at the Dorito side and go up. We'll count this little W as well. And then I'll come back a little bit more to the middle, to the tower, and this flying V in the middle here. So let's look here. As we're going out, is that the shot there? Yeah, that's the shot there. You see the top of the back center? So they can shoot it right over the top here, and it can drop in. Now, how high it needs to be, if it's skimming or if it's just a little bit higher, practice that. Make sure that you have this shot. And I think it's going to force people to not go gun up this way once they start getting shot. Or they're going to maybe... Ooh, this could be good too. Shooting right through here and shooting that deeper shot for the snake side. Trying to make sure that they get that. It might be a little bit too late, but it could be worth trying to shoot that. But I'm trying to see if there's any like floater shots, but it doesn't really seem like there's a whole lot there. So let's keep going out. All right, so if I turn here, so this was something that we saw on the snake side breakdown, is this shot through here. If they're in this brick and they want to get in, this Dorito does have a shot. I think there's other bunkers that can do it a little bit better, but if there's no one else that can pick up that job, this guy can definitely look this way. But let's see as we turn. Yeah, I think that back center is your main threat diving out. Looks like the can also has a shot on the way up through here. I think you might be able to get there before they can even get the shot, because they're going to have to bypass this wedge and get into this section here where they can actually shoot cross. So I'm not really too sure about that one. All right, let's look here. So looking heads up from this Dorito, yeah, you can shoot at your mirror, but it looks like you might be able to get low enough and just crawl up and then maybe even dive across. I don't know. I don't know how effective it's going to be for this guy to shoot here. If they're not wide yet, him coming here to shoot this could be good. I think that could be an option. I'm not seeing a whole lot, though, from that guy. Let's look at this. So here's that back center shot through here. So that one that we had seen here. So right over the top of that little W. So someone is going to be able to shoot this. So even if they did like a 1-2, or maybe even had two people delay and then, one breaks out or something like that, could be some options to try to shoot this wide body. But let's see as I move up. Okay, so you can shoot at you can shoot corner to corner. I don't know how effective that's going to be, and I also think that for you guys to shoot each other off the break is going to be pretty low chances, but it's there if you wanted to try it, I guess. If you haven't gotten out wide yet from this Dorito, this W is able to shoot this. So if someone gets here and they are throwing paint through here, that's definitely something that you need to watch out for. The Dorito is able to shoot here, and they should be able to drop it low enough. So that looks like some of the threats there. So let's go out to the little Dorito so we can see the wedge shot here, and we'll get into this middle section in a bit. So from the wedge, shooting into this gap could be an option if they haven't gotten past here yet. If they're past here, let's see. I mean, definitely this is not bad to get here to shoot down the wire. The issue is that they can take the inside routes and you're never seeing it, but at least you can maybe protect someone down the wire that way. Let's look as I move up. So there's that shot from the brick that I think we saw that in the snake side video. So they can shoot this cross here. I think that could be an option, and maybe have the wedge shoot a little bit snake side, just kind of keep like an iron cross kind of thing. Is that tower useful? That tower doesn't look like too much of a threat because it looks like you can go low and go straight up into this Dorito. So let's get down here. Nope, wrong way. I'm not running away. So that little W in the 50, that wedge, those are ones that you would need to check off. The tower's blocked out. Technically, the back center could shoot this way, but I think if you get low enough, you'll be all right. The brick kind of has a shot through here if they're deciding to shoot this way. I'm not really seeing a lot of shots there, though. Let's see as we get into this next Dorito. So I maybe start picking up on some packs and stuff here, but nothing too amazing. I'm curious, and once we get over here, we'll explore this more. I'm curious if the league is going to have this gap. If that gap is there, that'll actually change some stuff because you can start shooting into this pin. I'm sorry, not the pin, the beam, and that might actually bounce into that player. So might make things a little bit hairy. All right, so if we go and wrap, ooh, I wonder if someone gets here and wraps low, they can block out that other side. Now, the issue is that if the Dorito side steps out, then they could probably catch you doing this, but it looks like if you get low, you can start getting some shots here on the can, the back right, and maybe the Aztec, and maybe a little bit of this wedge if they're posted this way. They're going to have to worry about that. But I think something that they could do is shoot off here, and it might bounce at least enough that they can't really wrap as well from this Dorito. So either they're going to kind of battle you, and then they just kind of roll off and shoot into here. Yeah, just some options for you. Okay, let's look at the starfish. So over the top, let's see. So the back center, I mean, remember, all these people have the same shots back at you, so it's not a guarantee. The back right, I mean, there's a lot of room to play with here, so that's definitely something that you would want to remember. Yeah, so the brick, the wedge, maybe the outside of the Dorito. Okay. And then coming through here, the Aztec and the tower in the back right. Looks like a little bit of the can there as well. So I think more of your shots are going to be there at the 50, which is usually how paintball is. It really seems like they're trying to force people to really push on this field, make it where like you really have to push or else you're going to lose. So aggression might be one of the answers, just like we saw on the snake side, for this field. So let's go up to the tower. On the way up, I think, let me go up a little bit. Yeah, so the back center could shoot through here, but if you dove out. Oh, actually, no, they have a little bit. It's not that great. I was going to say they had a little bit of a gap here, but it's not fantastic. So they would have to dive out and go up, which I guess if they went out to the Dorito and then just dove straight up, they could actually, that could be a route right there. It's going out and up into that tower. We just got to see if it's worth going up to. Let's look at this route coming up. So the Dorito shooting back could be a problem. This Aztec shooting cross into here. Getting into... Okay, well, let's see if this tower is even worth getting to. Again, I'm not 6 foot. Get down here. All right. So you're kind of blind to that outside. I don't think this is really worth going to. I mean, honestly, unless they are stuck in this back right, I don't know if this tower is worth coming to be honest. Maybe as a transition to then, you know, like, to then dive low and come up, but I don't know. This doesn't seem like it's all that great. Actually, let me just double check something with the snake. Let's look at the snake. Oh yeah, you're blocked out. Yeah, this is not a great bunker to get to. Okay, let's look at this middle wedge. So if we look snake way, if for some reason they are not in the snake, which I'm pretty sure people are going to be snake off break pretty consistently, this wedge would be able to shoot through here. You're kind of shooting through a needle. So it's just going to be a very thin shot. You can hold this a little bit, but then again, you're just playing whack-a-mole here. So this isn't really worth it to look snake way. Dorito way could actually be beneficial to shoot into here, kind of just give them that. You know that they want to get up into the 50. So even if they start wrapping on you, I'm just trying to see if I pull off. Yeah, you can still shoot the gap. So this could be a bunker to help hold this Dorito side and stop people from making progression. You can also shoot a little bit of the inside as well. So if they try to take this move and dive across, you can kind of put pressure this way. And then if they're not past here, for sure, this is a great spot to get to. Yeah, because you can shoot that all day. This is when the tower might be beneficial, as they can wrap and help put this guy in. But yeah, that's yeah. Let's see about crawling. Well, let's actually look snake side as we crawl up. Okay, not great shots going into there. Let's look at the Dorito side here. Okay, so it looks like you can kind of do a lot of the same job from here as you can from the wedge. I think the issue with coming here is that if someone is here, you have no clue of what's happening in front of you, and someone can crawl up and around and be able to shoot you. I'm trying to see who is it that would be able to see that. I mean, literally, it would have to be someone in this Dorito wrapping to stop that. Or someone gets into here in the little starfish to shoot that inside. So I would just be a little iffy about coming here if they have some middle presence personally, just because I don't know a reason to come here early. You can do a lot of the same job from here. It's a bigger bunker. There might be a bounce from the Dorito like off this pin into you, but even then you just pull back and then just start shooting into this gap. That's where they want to get to. So I don't know. That doesn't seem all that fantastic. Let's look at the inside route. I don't see anything there. Yeah, and the inside route, you're just going to die from the snake. I guess if you were going to come around this way and bunker this guy, but that means that no one can be in the snake if you're going to do that. But I don't know the reason. I guess if you're going to try to take the inside route, like if they are trying to wrap and you hop over and then went over to go bunker them, that could be an option. So Yeah, I mean it's really looking like first punch is snake side, and then Dorito is going to be uh, a lot more control. You have to get to that 50 structure to be able to do anything. I feel like the wedge is going to be better to get to than the tower. We'll see how that actually plays out this weekend. This seems pretty useless to stay here all game. This is a little bit better, but I don't want to stay there all game unless they're not wide. If they're not wide, then coming here wouldn't be bad. Going to the tower, going to here, that wouldn't be bad because you can shoot this gap. But once they're wide, you're useless here. There's no reason to stay here. The Dorito corner doesn't look fantastic to look down the Dorito side. I mean, I guess you could help shooting into the middle, but the wedge seems good to shoot into some of these gaps. You can't see that one. Yeah, I would say it's snake heavy, and then you're kind of closing out from here. Actually, no, I think the snake might be that's the stronger side on this layout for sure. But yeah, so that's the Dorito side. I guess. Ooh, actually, is that a possibility right there? Maybe from the home. I was thinking off that pin might go into there, but again, always take my first impressions with a grain of salt, because sometimes you get out to the field and the shot that looked great on paper isn't actually there. So thanks everyone for coming along. If you haven't watched the snake side breakdown, please go ahead and go watch that, so that way you can get a full understanding of the field. Even if you only play Dorito side or only play the middle, you want to understand everything on the field, so that way you can be best prepared, because you don't know how everything's going to break down. So you want to make sure that you're protected, make sure that you know, backing up certain shots, whatever it might be. But that's going to do it. Let me just double check. I don't see anything else. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that we talked about. So it seems relatively simple. Getting the snake, go as far as you can, probably trade with someone, and then if you can, keep going down into their snake, get into their 50 Dorito, having the middle help support the Dorito side. This brick could be sort of beneficial to help the snake, but it looks like the snake is more down the wire. The brick would help with them, pinching out the snake side. These cans I wouldn't go to early. This can is okay to kind of decide which way to go and to assist. I don't know that I would come here early. My guess is there's going to be people that take like deep routes and go all the way up into the Dorito 2. It's going to be very tough, I think, to pick apart how to shoot off the break on this layout. There's a lot of big moves. So do your best. I mean, try to look at the other side of the box and see, the other side of the field at the box, and just see, what is it that you can maybe gather. Do I need to do the deeper shot or the shallow shot? All of that is going to be kind of dependent on how they set up, and then do they even stick with that. So I will see you guys in the future, whenever that is. For sure, I'll still do my vlog at the event. But again, if you came from the snake side video, welcome, and thank you for watching the Dorito side. If you are just watching this Dorito side, make sure you go over to the snake side and watch that one as well. Thanks everyone, and as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.